Hey, what's up YouTube? On this video, I have the Magnetic Helping Hands by Big. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right or not, but I'll link the product in the description if you want to check it out. They were kind enough to send this to me to try. So we'll unbox them, and then we'll do some little bit of soldering with it here. So we've got the two clamps here. Go and get these open. Each clamp actually has two different sides to it, for holding different things. Maybe wires or circuit boards. Clamps, looks like probably instructions, shouldn't really need. And then our metal base here with the nice foam pad under it. Right. And the way these actually work here, we have the two heads. And I got the two different sides, and they actually sit on the magnetic base to do small soldering stuff. Let's see if we can zoom in here. And you kind of move it around here. I've got a circuit board. We'll see if we can maybe just take a chip off here. So I think I'm on the circuit board side. I'm going to be using this side of the clamp. So you notice here we got that side right there and the other side. So I'm going to use the bigger side, I think, for the circuit board. And see if I can get it kind of clamped in. So if you look at the kind of irregular edges on it. Let's see if we can get it in there like so. Actually, I'm going to be taking this chip off right here, so we'll maybe clamp it like this. Right there, and it's got a nice solid base here to be able to do this. Now go ahead and grab my hot air and some tweezers and see if we can get it off. A little bit of flux. Grab the hot air. Just run it around here for a minute or so. And clamps are holding this really well here, nice and stable. And there we go, got it nice and removed here. Beautiful. Shut my hot air off here. I think I'm done with that. And I'll go and see if we can just clean this off a little bit here. A little rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to add some solder to it. And we'll see if we can clean the pads off. And it's nice and stable here. I'm going to take some little wick here. Grab my iron, my horseshoe tip. And we'll suck all that solder off the pads there. Very nice, very nice. And as put a little bit of pressure on it, pushing down on it, and it actually holds it very well here. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. First time I'm trying this out. Go ahead and put some rubbing alcohol on there. See if we can clean the flux off real quick. And I got some nice clean pads here, so we could of course put that chip back on if we so choose. But I don't need to do that here, so we'll just get this circuit board out of here. And next thing I want to do is actually maybe try to do some wires here. So I do have a wire with right now no solder on it. Just got it just a cold joint there, just twisted together, interlocked in there, no solder. And I think for doing the wire here, we're going to go ahead and turn these around and maybe use this to hold it. Although I guess you could use either one. And you see no solder on that. You got the wire nice and held in there. It's one of the kind of sometimes harder things to do here. And you have the cheap like Harbor Freight style helping hands. You have no flexibility to move it around. We'll go ahead and we'll put some flux on there. And see if we can heat our wire up. All right, very cool. Maybe not the best soldering job, but the helping hands did its job. And maybe now we'll throw the chip back in there and see if we can just maybe just tack it down just for fun here. Just show you the flexibility of this here. So we'll go ahead and get the wire out of here. And let's see if we can put our circuit board back in. I'm going to once again use the other side. I'm going to just pull it off. Zoom out here. And we're going to be trying to attach it right back here. So I think maybe I will just clip on right there, take this one off, maybe clip on. And right here, I get plenty of surface area. And we'll get it set down. Let me try to maybe just move it a little bit here so I can get it flat. There we go. Nice and flat here so I can try to get the chip actually on there. Get it under the microscope here. You guys can see, hopefully. All right, kind of cool. And I guess we can go ahead and maybe just tin up some pads here. Once again, just a small amount of flux. Grab my iron. And we're just going to try to tin the pads up here. Just a little bit. Looking good to me. Go ahead and grab my tweezers. And this board is just trash, just a practice board, so it doesn't really matter if I put this on right or not here. And with the ease of it being able to move this thing around here, I can just spin it, get the other side here. And I got a little bit of bridging. But that's not what I'm totally concerned about right now. I'm just trying to demonstrate the hands here, so I can actually try to push down and just kind of drag some of this solder out of there. And even pushing on the board here. And the helping hands, it's stable, doesn't go anywhere. And once again, not the normal tip I'd be using for this either, but yeah, I might have got it right there. Turn it around here again. I like this a lot, actually, how flexible this is. It's kind of, it's small, so it's easy just to maneuver around. And I said, I'm able to push on it with my finger, very, very, very stable. Of course, you can't hold big projects in this probably, but for this smaller stuff, this thing is actually pretty awesome. I like it quite a bit. And thank you, Noah's Big, for sending this to me. And once again, guys, link to Amazon is in the description, and also put some links to my microscope and everything in there as well. I don't have much more to add on this. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments. And until next time, we will talk to everybody later.